A sport, a new news to report. Real fact about people and issues we support. Be full of life, free from vice. Let's allow you to be your voice. Now let us unite. Music, love, life, fight, right, wrongs. You have the choice. Let's allow you to be your voice.
Hello and welcome to Sauti. I'm your host, Whitney Hill, and today we're having an episode all about the battle of the sexes. We're going to be talking about topics such as entertainment, politics, media, relationships, and a whole lot more. But first, let's take a moment to get to know our guests. Sitting on the Sauti stage, we have Ann Stevenson and we have Rob Beavers. Now, you said something interesting. You said each relationship is built off of some level of friendship. Now, I don't know. Do you agree with that, Rob?
I agree.
Really?
I agree. Yeah, I agree that well, the successful relationships has to start with a friendship. Like that's the reason why most people break up, because like they didn't have that base. It wasn't ever friends. They never really got to know each other.
Hello and welcome back to Sauti. This here is our last segment, and we're going to cover issues of entertainment. And to start things off, we're going to go what's been most recently in the news, and that is the Don Imus situation. And we're not going to talk about necessarily if his show should have been taken off the air or the ads, but the biggest question I think is, he said nappy-headed hoes, whatever, and it's a matter of, is that racist? Because that's how the issue was looked at. But was that a racist comment?
I think so. I mean, honestly, because growing up, that's what we called each other, nappy-headed. And like, I feel that if you're calling somebody nappy-headed, then you're talking about somebody that's black, of my background. So like, cause I grew up around that word. So if I hear somebody say nappy-headed, then I know they're talking about a black person. I mean, to me, it's racist, and to me, it's racist and sexist to be referring to females as that. But I absolutely think that it was a racist comment.
And welcome back. I'm your host, Whitney Hill, and today we're learning all about resource conservation, what it is, and exactly how do you do it. In studio, we have with us Sonia Marcus from the Office of Resource Conservation to tell us a little bit more and exactly what we can do as students. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Now, if you could just start off and give our viewers a little bit of your background, what it is that you do, and how you got into it, in fact.
Okay. Well, this is my very first year on the job here at OU, and this is the first year that Ohio University has had an Office of Resource Conservation. And actually, Ohio University is the first public university in the state of Ohio to create an office of this kind, which is charged with looking at our university and our campus and trying to make the whole campus more ecologically sustainable.
Switching subjects just a little bit, Baker Center, well, I guess everyone's not exactly sure what's going on, but Baker Center has a composting pile or something of the sort, composting project. Can you explain us what that is really?
Sure thing. So Baker Center is new to Ohio University, and the food court itself is also new to OU. And when folks were thinking about how the food court would be set up, there was a realization at some point that the food court was going to generate an enormous amount of disposable waste. Because, you know, plates and silverware weren't going to be used the way that they are in the residence halls. And so if it was going to be disposable, well, that's kind of a pretty serious ecological consequence to be generating like this tremendous amount of additional waste from the university. So the idea was floated of, well, why not have stuff that's like biodegradable or compostable? And so Charles Mosley, who's the head chef over there, started shopping around for stuff like this. And this stuff is interesting in that it looks like plastic and it essentially actually functions in the same way plastic does, but it's made out of biodegradable materials that break down into a natural soil when they're composted. I'm going to explain that to you in just a second. But these utensils right here, for example, are made of potato starch. They're not made of any kind of plastic. And then the plates and the bowls that look like paper are actually made from sugarcane fiber.
Okay.
And that sugarcane fiber is a byproduct of the process of extracting sugarcane juice from sugarcane.